Hello, everyone. Welcome to Operations Management in Tourism and Hospitality. And this is Professor Jeremiah Alioso. And we're going to talk about the concept and meaning of quality. And we're leading to the topic on the total quality management. Okay, so when you hear the word quality, what comes to your mind? Perhaps you're thinking of the word systematic, assurance, development, excellent program, credibility, products, guarantee, process, standards, among others. And yes, all of those are correct. All of those words pertain to quality. And just so we could fully understand the meaning of total quality management, we will dissect each of the words one by one so that we would be able to arrive at a concrete definition of the word quality and total quality management. The word quality is derived from the Latin word qualitas, and it means the characteristic, property, or attribute of a person or a thing, so perhaps trait, character, or feature. And the word total is also of Latin origin from the Latin word totus, which means constituting or comprising the whole, entire, absolute, sum, aggregate, or gross. So, when we put them together, total quality management means the sum or the aggregate of all of the features or characteristics. In addition, quality is meeting or exceeding customer expectations. To meet or exceed customer expectations, organizations must fully understand all the service attributes that contribute to customer value and lead to satisfaction and loyalty. And ultimately, as a business, that is what we want. We want our customers to be satisfied and we want them to remain loyal to our brand. So, in order for the business to attain this, they must always meet or exceed the customer's expectations. We are all aware on the principle of management that it covers the planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling process. And since we have already defined what quality is, quality management is closely linked to the concept of continuous improvements. And it does not take the form of capital, but it involves work to make something evolve. It is implemented within a reference framework and it uses tools and methods and involves repetition and evaluation. So, for a company to be able to satisfy its customers, they have to adapt various tools and methods and has to be repetitive and a continuous process to be able to improve and continuously satisfy their customers and eventually build a brand loyalty. All activities of the overall management function that determine the quality policy, objectives, and responsibilities and implement them by means such as quality planning, quality control, quality assurance, and quality improvement within the quality system. And if you look into the photo illustration, you would be able to achieve quality management through adherence to regulations and standards, and as a result, it would lead to customer satisfaction. So, what now is Total Quality Management or TQM? So, this is a participatory process that empowers all levels of employees to work in groups in order to establish guest service expectations and determine the best way to meet or exceed these expectations. So if you really want to uh, ha- make your customer satisfied, you have to involve everyone in the organization. And when we say everyone in the organization, that includes people from the top management up to the bottom of the hierarchy of the organizational chart, that they have always in mind the goal or the vision, mission, and goals of the organization, and everybody would be working hand in hand so that together they will be able to achieve the company's objectives. The implementation of total quality management necessitates adherence, discipline, and constant employee effort. So this is not just a first time thing. As mentioned a while ago, that it should be a continuous process. You have to have always in mind your company credo or the values that you have in your company so that you'll be able to achieve the goal of the organization, and that includes everything and everyone on the organization. TQM is not just the role of the upper management, but to be able to fully achieve the goal of the organization. So the management must be participative of this agenda, and also the people from the rank and file. Every activity must function correctly and be directed towards a mutual objective. So it means that all of the processes involved in the organization must adhere to the quality principle, and it guarantees the systematic and continual enhancement of all of the work processes. So whether that process is small or big, it makes a great impact towards the end in the achievement of what you wish to achieve for the organization, and that is client satisfaction. And it guarantees the avoidance of wasteful effort and unnecessary expenditure of our resources. As we have learned during our previous discussions in the various laws associated with operations management, that the organization must avoid wastes because it's inefficient. You're wasting a lot of resources of the company. You're wasting also your effort and energy, and much of your effort should be directed towards the achievement of the goal and the realization of the given objectives in the shortest possible time with the lowest possible cost. And that is what we call efficiency. So we have to be efficient rather than effective, because effective and efficient both are able to achieve the goals and objectives of the organization. However, efficiency is the achievement of the goal or objective of the organization at the shortest possible time and lowest resources being used. So we have to be more efficient rather than effective. So, what about quality assurance? Oftentimes, we have heard of the acronym QA, and it actually refers to quality assurance. So, this refers to any planned and systematic activity directed towards providing consumers with goods and services of appropriate quality, along with the confidence that they meet consumers' requirement. If you look into the illustration, quality assurance is adherence to a certain standard. Of course, different companies, different industry would set their own standards, and it's what does that mean? It's a guarantee of a higher level of quality of the delivery of their products and services, and that you are assured of the continuous improvement of the company, that's leading to client satisfaction and approval. And it does not only, or quality assurance does not only benefit the customers, but it also benefits the organization, because this will result to customer satisfaction, more transaction or higher transaction money, and eventually this will lead to the success rate of the business. So quality assurance will lead to a win-win situation, both in the perspective of a customer and the business. Now, quality assurance depends on excellence of these two important focal points in business. Number one is the design of goods and services. So, different products and services would have certain metrics by which they will we can measure the conformance to quality assurance. And number two is the control of quality during execution of service delivery, which is often aided by some form of measurement and inspection activity. And later, actually, we will be discussing more of this as we go along. The concept of quality is widely discussed in the hospitality management. Quality in the hospitality industry is defined as the consistent delivery of products and guest services according to expected standards. And increasingly, guests are willing to pay more when they visit hospitality properties offering service that meets or exceeds their service expectations. So, considering the said, the organization should take full consideration that the the customers are paying huge amount of money in exchange for the products and services, and therefore it is imperative that they only deliver truly what the customer deserves, and that is of high level quality of their products and services. And by creating value for the guest, we would be able to achieve client satisfaction and loyalty. So, speaking of loyalty, we have to ensure that our customers remain loyal. And having said that, managers must recognize the importance of quality retention. Why? Because since the attraction of new customer is regarded to be more expensive and time consuming. In an increasingly competitive market, the issue of quality has grown in significance for hotel business. So we have to really consider the total value or lifetime value that our customers could give, and that attracting new customer would be more expensive and time consuming. So you have to really give the fullest value to your customers, and that the the adherence to quality should be a competitive advantage in the hospitality and tourism industry. So here are the components of quality. Ultimately, we have to consider the guests being served. So prior to that, I understand that the business would have studied the demographic profile of their customers, determining and identifying the guest needs, wants, and demands, and to be able to develop procedures to deliver what the guests want. Because when you have delivered this, ultimately your guest will be satisfied. But to be able to do this, you need to have an empowered and fully trained staff to be able to deliver and implement your revised system, and to have a continuous delivery of your excellent service. You have to evaluate, because evaluation is a way by which you could modify service delivery system. You would know what are the positive and the negative feedback coming from your guest, and from there you will have continuous improvement, and you will know where to take off. And speaking of evaluation, one way to identify your areas of improvement is to have self evaluation through the use of common cards. However, this has changed now with the advent of technology. The hotel and tourism industry have used various applications, and say for example, instead of having the physical card by which you could rate the delivery of their products and service, is that you could review their products and services online through star rating, or probably the use of Google Forms and various applications and devices. And these are way by which establishments could have established a regular and systematic analysis of the delivery of their services, and this would lead to a greater advantage. So, what are the advantages of self evaluation? So, this could be our measuring the matching degree of customers' needs and expectations, and we could compare the results with perceived quality. So, we would know also what are the areas by which we could improve our products and services, or which aspect of the operation. Self-evaluation is acts as a basis for strategic processes and identifying improvement and activities. Because survey self-evaluation could act as like a research endeavor by which you could identify potential problems and what are the suggestions of your stakeholders by which you could also consider and form different strategies for further improvement, and to also control competitiveness and quality with the help of benchmarking. So we will be further discussing benchmarking in the next topic, but just to give you, benchmarking is an activity by which you are considering or taking into account the positive or the best practices in the various aspects of the operation of your competitors, and you could take note of those and probably apply that in your business, because if that will lead to a greater advantage, then why not? All right, so we are to stop our discussion on this topic, and next meeting we will be discussing measuring quality service and quality recognition for tourism and hospitality. If you do have questions, don't hesitate to message me or comment or send a comment on the comment section down below, and please do follow me or subscribe to my channel for more updates. And don't forget to hit the thumb up and notification bell for more updates. Thank you very much, and you have a great day.